holiday season is now in full effect. We all got stuffed at the Thanksgiving dinner table, but unfortunately, some of us probably also had too much to drink. If you find yourself charged with drunk driving this holiday season, Jansen and Associates can help navigate the legal system and avoid making more mistakes. Jansen and Associates are members of the Colorado and Denver Bar Association. They belong to the Colorado Criminal Defense Bar and the National College of DUI Defense Attorneys, and they have no complaints registered with the Better Business Bureau. Molly Jansen is the owner and partner of Jansen and Associates. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So we're in full swing with the holiday season. Thanksgiving weekend is here. And typically what that means is that there's a lot of parties, a lot of drinking, and a lot of mistakes.
Absolutely. I would say a lot of mistakes. So today, like most of my interviews, I'm going to say don't drink and drive. Make other plans, find a designated driver, take a cab, get a car service, do something other than driving your car to the party, to the bar, so that you're not tempted to drive it home.
Good advice for anyone that's looking to go out tonight.
Right.
What about people that may have gotten in trouble last night or Thursday night after Thanksgiving?
Absolutely. And we've talked...
kept it going through Friday, and now they're maybe in detox today.
Right, exactly. And we've talked about this before. The number one thing that I can encourage people to do is call an attorney. There are plenty of attorneys, including my law firm, that give free consultations that can tell you what your rights are, because the process, the legal process, can be confusing. It can be very intimidating. I believe that you need an advocate to help you through that process, even just to figure it out through a free consultation and know what you're looking at, because you're potentially not only looking at a criminal case, but also losing your privilege to drive. And that can really affect people, especially around the holidays. So I would say get on the phone, start getting educated, and figure out what your next steps are.
And really, there's a time clock too, so time is of the essence. I mean, if you wait too long, you're just digging a deeper hole for yourself.
That's exactly right. Your court date generally isn't the motivator. It's going to be that Department of Motor Vehicle hearing, and if you take a breath test or refuse a chemical test, that excludes blood tests, you have 7 days to go to the DMV, which includes weekends and holidays, to request a hearing. If you miss that opportunity, the DMV will automatically revoke your privilege to drive, and that can be anywhere from 30 days with then a reinstatement with interlock to a year or more, depending upon your current situation. And so it is imperative that you know what to do, how to do it, and get the process started.
And there has been some changes in the law that really affect second and third time offenders, and it's what, mandatory jail time?
That's correct. You used to be able to do incarceration or jail, if you will, with in-house house arrest, where you wear an ankle monitor and they track where you're going, or work release, where you sleep in the jail and work during the day. Those are no longer options for second and third time, fourth time, fifth time offenders, which means you are doing mandatory jail, and it's not split up. You're doing it in one fell swoop. So a lot of people are in a position where they're losing their jobs, losing their houses. It is, it's very, very serious.
And when people come to you, I mean, your philosophy is, I'm going to educate you through this process so that you don't do it again.
That's correct.
But what about people that may have gotten in trouble the first time, or people that have never gotten in trouble? What advice can you give them, let's say, if they find themselves, with the siren behind them?
Right. I think that the first thing that you need to do is recognize that you do have the right to not make incriminating statements. You do have the right to sort of maintain your silence, if you will. I like to call it your right to be quiet. So with that being said, I would highly recommend that you not do standardized field sobriety tests. Those are voluntary tests. An officer cannot take your license away from you. They are not the Department of Motor Vehicles. They are designed to fail you. And so I would say don't do those. I would say if you're going to take a test, take a blood test, because we can have your second sample retested. I would stay away from breath. And then there's always the option to refuse, but people really need to think about that, because you could lose your license for a year with no red license, no interlock device. You really are off the road. And so that's a fine line for some people in determining whether they're going to take a test or not take a test.
Right.
So, but there are lots of things you need to think about, and I think the number one thing that people can take away from today is don't drink and drive.
Right.
Don't even have one drink, because the minute the cop smells it, you're ready to rock and roll. So just avoid it.
Again, you keep on saying it. I'm going to repeat it one more time. If you're going to drink, just don't drive.
Exactly.
Make other plans.
Absolutely.
All right, Molly, thanks so much for being here. I'm going to tell our viewers how they can get a hold of you.
Thank you.
Jansen and Associates wants to ensure that you're represented fairly and informed about the charges against you before you make a bad decision. They're a criminal defense law firm. They handle everything from traffic offenses to domestic violence to DUI to major felonies. Call them at 303-832-5400 or visit their website at jansenlegal.com. They offer free consultations. The number again is 303-832-5400.